G'day again, folks, and welcome to Bear Talk. I'm Darren Storsley. Now, today, a New York Times analysis of Spotify data has concluded that music tastes we have in our early teens is going to set the tone for the type of music we continue to like and listen to for the rest of our lives. Let's give that one thought for my three co-hosts who always seem to know more than I do about almost
Don't forget
everything.
to say gorgeous co-host. Like,
Gorgeous.
That's a given. Not just co-host.
Well, who's got the wine glass today, so.
Yeah, it's gonna be passed around. Can I move?
Is that our new rule? I think it's
I think it's interesting because when I was like 14, I was listening to like bubblegum pop kind of music. When I hear it now, I'm like, ew, it sounds so tinny. It sounds so, I don't like it. But I thought it was interesting when my friend got married this past summer, the music that we had listened to when we were 16, 17, 18, that kind of time, she was like, I have to have this at my wedding. And it seemed very important for her to have it. And I just feel like those were the times that maybe she was some of the happiest in her life. And that she has so much, it's nostalgic for her. And she wanted to have that at her wedding day. So I kind of agree in a way with my friend's example, but for me, no, I do not like the same music that I used to. I get good memories from it, but I wouldn't listen to it.
Yeah, my favorite CD at that time was Evanescence, and I don't dabble in that anymore. I definitely relate more to what my parents were listening to when I was growing up, so Motown, disco.
That's why we get along so
The funky stuff from the 60s and the 70s, and now I listen predominantly to classical. I didn't listen to that growing up at all.
Yeah. I don't know if I agree with the study. I mean, like, there's a fucking study every week. Okay, I'm so fucking. There's a study counteracting another fucking study as well. I'm just so tired of this fucking study. So, study this, okay?
You have been.
Okay, sitting my mouth after this. Anyhow, listen, I used to listen to a lot of Eminem. My first email address, which was at 17 when I first moved here, was therealfeminem@yahoo.ca. Wow. Okay, don't try to email me. I have no fucking clue what the password is. So, I mean, do I still put Eminem on once in a while? Sure. But I mean, I am so, I used to listen like Motley Crue as well, right? And the real me, like the only person that I listened to then that I do now as well is Ike and Tina Turner. Because I'm such a, like I was born in the wrong era. Like I'm all about Motown and Northern Soul and anything like late 50s to late 60s. That's my jam and it will always be. Yeah. So I went to go see Guns N' Roses recently.
Yeah. You know,
They didn't touch any
I grew up with
heartstrings.
Queen. My dad played the band Queen all the time, and that's a kind of a different one. I still love Queen, and I think back at different memories I have when my dad was playing Queen, and my dad and I went to the Queen concert here in Vancouver a couple years ago. So that's great memories for me as well.
In psychology, which is one of the subjects I teach, like we know that any of our senses can really bring back so many different memories that we have. And if they're good memories, it could really be because we had a good time in that frame of our life and not. So maybe I would think that if we didn't have a great time at 14 in our life, the music that we were listening to, that may actually, if we hear that today, that may bring back possibly some negative memories. I mean, it could happen. It's with any senses. Like if we smell cookies and we're like, oh, I remember when Grandma used to do that when I was 6. And it can be really good memories or really bad memories. And music might have just kind of been the innocent bystander that goes, this was a good time in this person's life. So they hear that song and they go, I love this.
They're assuming that everyone had a great time at 14, which I didn't know.
That's right. And they may not have actually liked that music that much, but that time in their life is so great.
I gotta say, also, I think depends who you hang out with as well, right? Like, I used to hang out with someone that used to listen to like Korn and Slipknot, and I'm like, woo! Like, what the fuck was that? Like, but I like it at the time. Yeah. So you go through phases as a teenager.
I like what you said though. I still somewhat have a negative association with country music. I'm from a really small town, and some people I didn't get along with, that was all the rage. That was their thing. So there's certain twangy songs that my eye twitches to, but there's still really positive ones too. And like Queen, what your parents listened to, like just that rush of nostalgia and memories, feels great.
Well, they say that for women it's about 13 years old. For boys it's about 14 years old. So in my case, that at least I just missed the gospel era because that's what we listened to before I was about 13. So maybe that's what it would have been. But let me see if I can do this. My heart speaking. I get lost
Here we go.
in your eyes.
I said that twice about 10 minutes ago.
my spirits rise. That's Debbie Gibson from 1980 something when I was 14. Am I that old? Anyway, I'm still not necessarily that type of music today, so maybe that works for some of us, maybe it doesn't, but that's before that I discovered Five for Fighting, which really goes down as everything about me today.
That's the one.
This is Bear Talk, and this was a lot of fun. Click on that link if you want to know more, and we will see you next time. I'm Darren Storsley.
Ooh, good line.